Hey guys, my name is Prakpal. Hey guys, my name is Prakpal and welcome back in this new lecture. So till date we studied about the analysis of portal frame, the modeling of portal frame and the modeling of staircase. Now in this video we are going to discuss about the analysis and modeling of the beam because for a total building design and analysis we require to know what are the shear forces and bending moment behavior and how it will impact on your reinforcement. Because if you not properly provide the reinforcement detailing, it tends to provide you the wrong reinforcement detailing. Still your design is safe, but when your span is between the like two span, okay, in one single beam, it will provide you different reinforcement, which tends to provide you the cracks alternately. So this particular analysis will help you to understand how this building can perform under different circumstances, right? So I'm going to provide you the three videos for the beam. In case you want any one video for that or two video for that extra from this three videos, you need to tell me. I will provide you. Okay. So first of all, go to the new model, select all these parameters and click on OK. After that, remember one thing. Whenever we are creating the beam with respect to this model, okay, this particular pop-up, you need to provide a height over here as a single. Okay, all values should be 1. Okay, all value need to be 1. After that, whatever the beam length, if my beam length is 10 meter, provide 10 over here. Okay, provide 10 over here, not there. Okay, provide 10. You need to provide the spacing over here, overall length. What if your overall length is 12, provide 12 over here. After that, how many supports you want? If you want 4 support, put 4. If you want 6 support, create 6. If you want to provide 3 supports, click on 3. So we are today providing 3 supports. Okay, in y direction all this value need to be provided as a 1 only. Okay, now so remember you have 3 grid lines, it means 3 supports, and the 12 is the total length of your beam. Now click on the custom grid spacing and click on edit grid data. When click on edit grid data, this particular pop-up will generate. Now here we are not going to provide the display grid with respect to ordinate, we want with respect to spacing. Whatever data I am going to provide is with respect to spacing. So here 3 grid line you can see A, B, C. So just click over here and make it 0 and make it 0. Right? So now when you click on 0, 0, 0, this particular diagram should look like this. Now if you provide 2 over here, what does it means? It means A to B distance from A support to B support distance is 2 meter. Understand? You can see. If I provide the spacing over here as a 5 meter, it means so A to B distance is 5 meter. Now B to C distance I provide as a 5 meter. Okay? Understand? So 3 support I provided, but here the problem is, okay, we have the overall length of the 12 meter. So what we have to do, you can just add over here 7, make it 7. Okay, so this particular beam is created, 3 supports. Okay, 3 supports and 12. Okay, and click on OK. Okay, so the pop-up will generate over here like this. Okay, the 3 supports and 2 span. Remember one thing, the number of span, okay, if you have number of span plus 1 is a support always. If you have 2 span, the 3 will be a support, because in Clapeyron's theorem, if you want to apply the Clapeyron's 3 moment theorem, okay, it will act only in 2 span, so it want the 3 supports always. So now you can see the three-dimensional diagram over here, 3D diagram, and a 2D diagram over here. You can see the distance is also 5 meter from A to B, okay, and B to C is 7 meter. Now again go to the project, check design preferences, go to the properties, click on material, add the new material property as M20 I'm adding, and at the frame section, that means the beam section you have to add, okay, rectangular one and named as a 300 by 300, and the material you have to select M20, write down over here 300 by 300. Click on OK. We need to provide the beam property over here. So select this beam, selected this 300 by 300 and go over here and select this particular bottom. Okay, select this one and select this one. After that, click escape, go to the select this support first. Okay, select this supports. Okay, just wait a minute, select the support properly. Okay, you always in a base story you need to provide the support. Select this one, select this support and select this support. Now go to the assign joint restraint and I'm going to provide hinge support. Click on apply. Okay. Now after that, select the beam and select this beam also. I'm providing the the uniformly distributed load today itself. So select this, assign frame load distributed. Okay, assign the minus of, because we are providing the load in a minus direction, downward direction in y direction. So minus 20 load I'm going to provide. Click on apply. Okay. Again select this one, assign. Okay, the frame load distributed minus of 18 kilonewton. Okay, apply. Okay, so you can see the loading condition is applied properly. Now just click on this button, okay, the run button, and let's check the analysis. Okay, choose save. Let's see the how patterns, how the shear forces diagram is created. Okay, you can see the beam is analyzed, right? Now let's check the shear force and bending moment. So just click over here, just check the shear forces with value, apply. Okay, and here let's check the bending moment. Okay, with value, can see the shear forces at this particular pattern is 50, is very huge. Here also 50, 63 and 63. Here the bending moment is 0.71. Okay, and here you can see it is 1.4. Okay, so this much of the bending moment we have. Okay, so this particular way to analyze a beam. Now if I want to, this value should be very less. Okay, 50 kilonewton is very huge value. Okay, 50 kilonewton, it means like there is a lots of shear stresses, lots of crack can embed in your beam. Okay, and this kind of deflection is meant what, like there is lots of deflection you can find out. Okay, it will not streamline properly. Why? Because this particular supports will create that kind of behavior. Okay, what is a hinge support? Hinge support, it means like, if you can see, if I go to assign and if I just select the joint, okay, and go to the assign. Okay, just wait a minute. Okay, I'll show you. So if I go to over here, okay, so okay, just remove it, apply. Okay, so if this particular pattern, okay, if I provide a hinge support, what does it means? It will only look for the XYZ forces, but it never restrain against the XYZ direction. It means it allow the movements in XYZ directions. Okay, it not restrains, it means what? It allow the movement in XYZ direction. Understand? Now if I provide the fixed support in this portion, so it will never allow the movement in XYZ direction because it lock the movement from XYZ direction. Understand? So that is one of the behavior what we are going to discuss in next video. So just practice this very different type of the beam using the hinge support only. In next video, I'll using the fixed support in two condition, two end and one the hinge support at the middle. Okay. So have a nice day. Bye bye.